Good evening and welcome to Let's Play the Shivah. Let's see, a Goy came up to Rabbi Moshe to ask, why do rabbis always answer with the question? To which Rabbi replied, why not? So, I just finished all the Blackwell games. They were wonderful. This is another Wadjet Eye game. Wadjet Eye. The night sky above Manhattan will never win any awards. I don't know whether to agree or not. I've never seen the night sky above Manhattan. Alright, anyhow, this is going to be a blind playthrough. So this is another point and click. It looks like we have those kind of retro pixel graphics again. I'm just really intrigued by this game. This was a gift to me, so thank you for that gift, Oddbird. It's about a rabbi, and I don't really know that much about Judaism, but it seems like I don't know. It's something that's it seems very interesting to me. I know a little bit about Christianity. I went to a church for a while back in the day, and so really, Islam and Judaism both sort of intrigue me because I know that it's the same God they all believe in, but they each have like their own particularities about things, and I don't know all the differences. So yeah, I'm kind of excited. And it just seemed like such a strange topic for a video game to tackle, playing as a rabbit and listen to this great music. So yeah, really looking forward to this. Let's get in here and see what we got. The few stars visible looked lonely and desperate. I could relate. Are we having a crisis of faith? Sometimes the line between salvation and damnation is a mighty fine one. I no longer knew which I stood on. There are those who would say that I had no business being here. They might be right. I'm no longer sure what I'm doing. Oh, but I'm fairly sure I know who I am. Well, that's something, buddy. Alright, let's get in here. It began, as many things do, with a song.
Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Lied Nasa V'chel Kol Atzai Melech Shemo Nikra.
His final note faded off into the near-empty synagogue, unheard by anyone. Which is a shame. Hopefully he's just practicing and this isn't actually a service that no one has attended. That's a bummer. I will say, back when I was a church-going gal, my favorite thing was singing. I really did enjoy the hymns. So, like that bit there, that was quite nice. As I had hundreds of times before this, I got ready to speak. And, as I had hundreds of times before this, I began to wonder why. Oh, this is so sad. This really is the service, isn't it? And there's no one there.
Thank you, Cantor Kaplan. Today in my sermon, I'd like to discuss suffering. Why do bad things happen to good people? Wherever there is pain, or oppression, or poverty, the question is always the same. How could God let this happen?
Well, it's supposed to be
Is
like
God
tests and
as
trials,
good as
right?
we think? Can he, in fact, do evil? Maybe, on occasion, he even enjoys inflicting pain.
Who could be sleeping through this? This is interesting questions, actually. I took a good hard look around my world. His voice, is he our Joey from the Blackwell games? Abe Goldfarb? Pretty sure this guy was Dave Gilbert. That's a voice that I've come to recognize. And then it hit me.
No. I can't do this. I'm sorry.
Rabbi?
You heard.
Huh? What?
Okay,
Go
so there is
home,
one here.
Mrs. Raymer.
Is it over already?
Yeah.
Rabbi Stone, wait! You can't just stop.
Sure I can. Just watch me.
But
It's over, Josh.
you can't mean that.
Look, you're a good kid. You've got a good voice and a good future. Don't let me hold you back. Now do a mitzvah and call Mrs. Raymer a cab. Goodbye, Josh.
I don't know what a mitzvah is. Ethical dilemmas have plagued religious leaders since the dawn of time. True, and I'm very interested to see a Jewish take on the sorts of struggles that people who have faith have to deal with. Like the questions he was asking there are very interesting. Can God do evil? And this is a pretty weighty question. This is the kind of thing that someone might consider. Like if you consider the story of Job, I mean, he inflicted so much pain on the guy, and yeah, after taking all of his wives and his children and his wealth and everything else, Job remained faithful, and God rewarded him by giving him new wives and children and success. But that doesn't erase the loss and the pain of all the ones that came before. New wives and children you move on with life, but they're not really replacements for the people that you had. You still feel that loss. So I don't know, that's a story that I always struggled with. I kind of hate that story personally. And I've heard people attempt to explain it in ways that make it, like, God not seem like a bad guy, but I don't know, it's interesting looking at a lot of the Old Testament stuff where it does talk about our God as a vengeful God and a jealous God and stuff like that. And yeah, so that's a fair question he asks. Can God do bad things? Things that, by our perspective, seem evil, seem bad. Do we just have to trust that there's a greater reason for it? But I don't know that in any of the services I've ever been to that the pastor would have actually asked that as like a question. Can God do evil? They certainly wouldn't have given up and walked out before the sermon really even started. So this is something that I'm not sure if that's the type of question that might be normal to be asked in a Judaic service, where it's something that parishioners or whatever you would call your flock consider, and if it's a normal sort of topic to sort of work your way through, if that's part of your faith, or if this is just, he's obviously having some kind of crisis here, so if this would be a very atypical sort of thing. But morals don't mean crap without the personal experiences to back them up. Well, I wouldn't say they don't mean crap. I think morals still mean something, but he is right that experience makes a bigger difference. It's really easy to hold hypothetical positions on things. My morality when I was younger is very different from my morality now, largely because of personal experiences. You learn a lot, and it teaches you that issues are rarely as black and white as they first may seem when they're young. I don't really like any of these options because I want to be nice. To brush off, state the obvious, or declare... Well, let's declare our intentions. I don't want to brush the poor guy off. I'm assuming this is our singer coming in here.
Leave me alone. Services are canceled.
I'll just let him in, Rabbi. Obviously, this person really wants to talk to you.
Go away.
He's not going, so...
I repeat, services are canceled.
Yeah, just accept it.
Fine, I'm coming.
But what else do we have in here first? I'd come across this quote some years ago, and I decided to have it printed and mounted on the wall. It read, "If statistics are right, the Jews constitute but 1% of the human race. It suggests a nebulous dim puff of stardust lost in the blaze of the Milky Way. Properly, the Jew ought hardly to be heard of, but he is heard of, has always been heard of." Mark Twain. Diploma? My diploma from B'nai B'rith Yeshiva. Apologies to anyone for the pronunciations I'm sure to mangle here.
Has it really been 30 years?
My certification of rabbinical studies. It reads, "This is to certify that Russell Elijah Stone has been granted the title of rabbi by B'nai B'rith Yeshiva on the date of June 23rd, 1970. Oh, what's in the crawl space? Well, first, let's look at our computer over here. Move your mouse to the top of the screen to access your inventory and menu. Okay, so same as Blackwell. Clues and inventory. No clues. What have we got here? Business card. Rabbi Russell Stone. B'nai Ben Zion. And... oh, a Yiddish dictionary. Common Yiddish words. Meshuggah is crazy. Mensch, a helpful person. Mamzer, bastard, son of a bitch. Nebish, weakling. Shiva, period of mourning. Oh, so that's what our title's about then, right? The Shiva, a period of mourning. Shiksa, non-Jewish woman. Yenta, a busybody. And Goy, non-Jewish person. These boxes contained a small supply of Kiddush wine. My collection of rabbinical texts, prayer books, Judaic history, and Harry Kamelman novels. Kamelman? Just bills, lots of them. So, I have to wonder, the little church that I went to years and years and years ago, it was like a quarter mile from my house, was very small enough that eventually it was merged with another church. And it wasn't necessarily our decision, because the people who went there wanted to continue to go to our little church. But it was, I was a kid when it happened, so it was like some higher up church authority that decided, okay, you guys can't keep functioning, you don't have the money to support this, so we're gonna just merge you with this church that's kind of in the area. Like, it wasn't really our decision. There's some sort of underlying structure that does that. So if he's at a position here where I'm guessing that he's frequently giving sermons and no one's showing up to hear, like, isn't there a greater overlying authority that would say, okay, well, this particular synagogue isn't doing well, there's not enough people showing up, so wouldn't they, like, move the rabbi somewhere else? Maybe close down this branch and send him, so I don't know if it has a similar sort of infrastructure, particularly because I don't really know the infrastructure of the one that I had experience with. But alright, I do want to know who's at the door, but a small crawl space used to store old records. What's in there? There was nothing up there I wanted to see. Okay, now I've been right-clicking everything. It was fine where it was. Yeah, he probably doesn't want to pick up most of this. As much as I would have loved to break open a bottle of Kiddush wine, I didn't think it was appropriate. Is it Kiddush or Kiddush? Someone was at the door. Couldn't futz with the computer now. Okay, fair enough. Let's go see who it is. Oh, wait. Were these pictures clickable?
I thought I told you to go home.
Rabbi Stone, there's someone here.
Tell him to get lost. There's no service tonight.
Oh, come on, man.
No, it's a cop.
Oh.
Huh?
Well, that's interesting.
Detective Sam Durkin,
Oh, Sammy Blue!
Midtown South Precinct. Could I talk to you for a few minutes, Rabbi Stone?
I'm so excited to see him. Okay. Ooh, sarcastic poker face or rabbinical. Well, we're supposed to be a rabbi, so.
Is there some sort of problem, officer?
I'd just like to ask you a few questions.
Regarding what?
Fine. Josh, take a hike. So, what can I do for you? I assume you're not here to convert.
Are you familiar with a Mr. Jack Lauder?
Should I be?
I'm asking the questions, Rabbi.
Fine. Let me think. Lauder.
Okay, are we familiar with him?
Lauder. Oh.
You know
Yeah?
him.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about him?
He used to belong to this congregation.
Used to, but not anymore?
No. Left about 8 years ago, I think. What's this about?
Have you had any contact with him since?
No, I haven't. Care to fill me in here?
Do you read the papers?
Well, we'll be honest.
Not recently.
So, you're not aware, Rabbi Stone, that Jack Lauder has been dead for 3 days?
Oh. I did my best to control myself. I knew this man's type. His eyes scanned my face like a barcode reader, trying to read every telltale sign of emotion. Any flicker, any twitch could be used against me later. What do you mean? Why do you have a fear that there's going to be anything to use against you? If you don't know anything about it, then... This just got intriguing.
No.
Does that bother you?
Should it?
Answer me, Stone.
No.
Look at his portrait.
So
His eyes were
you
kind
and
of to
Mr.
the
Lauder
side.
weren't close.
No, we weren't.
He was
What's
avoiding
the
eye
deal,
contact.
Durkin?
He was lying,
I've
wasn't
seen
he?
Lauder's will. He left you a significant amount of money.
Really?
He did what?
You heard.
How much?
I don't have the exact amount, but somewhere in excess of 10,000.
Bull.
It's the truth.
Jack wouldn't give me bubkiss, let alone $10,000.
And why is that, Rabbi Stone?
Yeah, you just let slip.
He just wouldn't.
No, you guys got a bad history.
This temple's in pretty sad shape, isn't it, Rabbi?
Yeah, things are looking
Well,
suspicious.
you're not blind, that's for sure.
Can you afford the repairs?
I
I don't want to get angry with him because that's just going to look even more suspicious, and you shouldn't need to be angry. I don't want to brush off either, though, because, like we noted, this guy is, it's his job. He's the sort of person who notices all kinds of details and stuff. We did bad enough already by not making eye contact with him. Pretty sure we were lying there. Then we got all huffy. He knows that, obviously, there's some kind of bad history. So.
Do I look like I can afford it?
I'm just asking.
Oh, you're just asking. Well, I'm going to ask you to leave. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Wow, this is kind
Rabbi
of an
Stone.
overreaction, Rabbi.
Get out of my office.
Listen.
No, you listen. I know where this is going, and I don't like it.
I'm just doing my job.
Yeah, you're a real mensch. Get out of here.
Fine. I'll leave, Rabbi Stone. But I'll be back.
Yeah, I bet you will.
No, he really is just doing his job, and if we don't have anything to hide, then we could just answer his questions and it wouldn't be a big deal.
But
Our behavior here has me concerned. The rain beat in a regular staccato rhythm against the window. But I could only hear one thing. Jack Lauder. Jack Lauder. Did we do something nasty to Jack Lauder? No, that doesn't seem to be... Because we just gave up the middle of our sermon today. Or not even the middle. We were like, what, a line or two in? And we're, oh, never mind, we're done. So if we're giving in, then the money must really have been a surprise. So it can't be like we killed Jack Lauder to get the inheritance. Because otherwise, if we wanted to put more money into this place to keep it going, then we wouldn't have given up on our sermon. So... But there's clearly something going on here. The name pulled out a cork in my brain, letting loose old thoughts and memories that fought and struggled for supremacy. Jack Lauder. It was more than just a name. Well, tell us about it, Rabbi. It was a link to a time when things were simpler. A time when I thought I had it all figured out. A time when morals and ethics meant something. How do morals and ethics not mean anything now? What's happened? A time before it all turned to crap.
I need to think.
Look at the computer. Oh, and now we can. Josh set this computer up a few weeks ago. He claimed I needed to join the 21st century and connect with the community. Josh has been bugging me to start using it. I suppose now was as good a time as any. If only I could remember what Josh chose as my login and password. Oh. RevNet New York, where Jews connect. Yeah, I don't know what my login is, so... We will have to poke around a bit. A color photograph of a B'nai Ben Zion youth group picnic. It was taken over 15 years ago. Most of those kids probably had families of their own by now. Let's go look at it. I don't want to pick it up. I want to see the actual... Oh, okay, I guess I don't get to. And then this one we can't. Anything in the papers? What was I going to do with them? Pay them? Well, possibly now. You got an inheritance coming. Nothing on the bookshelf I wanted to read. Okay, it's gonna be something in here, isn't it? So, Mark Twain... You know, or we could just, like, try go talking to Josh. That's the more direct way.
Wow, Rabbi, what was that all about?
Well... So, does rabbinical response just mean I turn everything into a question?
The detective had some questions for me. That's
I don't
all.
want to be mean to Josh.
So who was killed?
Josh, what did I tell you about listening at my door?
I wasn't, Rabbi, honest.
Yeah.
You were just... very loud.
Huh.
So who was killed? Was it that Lauder guy?
Yeah? Alright, rabbinical response. Let's see. Is it a question?
Do you think
It
so?
indeed is.
Yeah. Who else could it be? I heard you talking about him.
Huh. We must have talked very loud.
Well, yeah. So who is he?
An old member of this congregation.
Ah, that's too bad.
Yeah, well, it happens to the best of us.
Are you gonna pay a Shiva call?
I don't think there will be a Shiva, Josh.
Why?
Yeah.
Shivas are for Jewish families.
Oh, the guy wasn't Jewish anymore?
Just forget it.
Alright, if that's what you want. I guess I'll go now.
Yeah. Good night, Cantor.
Night, Rabbi.
No, dude, you forgot to ask him. Ah! $10,000. Less than 20 minutes ago, I'd accepted defeat. Yeah, he did not know about the $10,000. The bank was going to foreclose on the property, and there was nothing I could do. Jack's money changed all that. The B'nai Ben Zion synagogue could remain open. I wouldn't have to see my life's work turned into a shopping mall or a parking lot. So, I don't know much about real estate prices in New York. $10,000 is a lot of money, but if you're going to be foreclosed on, like, is it really enough? It seems like it would only be a short-term solution. Because when we're talking in terms of property, especially property that this is in New York, right? And I'm given to understand that things are extremely expensive there. It seems like $10,000 wouldn't really take you that far. I mean, it would be something, but then he's still going to have to find a way to come up with income to keep things going after that. Oh, well, we're going to accept it. He says it would make a difference, so.
Has God answered my prayers?
The age-old question. What is the work of God, and what is the work of man? The money was a boon, there was no doubt about that. But it was blood money, and I couldn't believe God would work that way. How is it blood money? Rabbi, you gotta tell us about Jack Lauder.
I don't like it. Not one bit. Why, Jack? Why me? Why now?
They say God helps those who help themselves. And I had done absolutely nothing to get this money. I didn't trust it. Suddenly, the cantor's words came back to me.
A Shiva call. I can't just barge in unannounced. But I can pay a Shiva call. It's the only way.
Alright. Right-click and hold to show all items on screen. Oh, look at that. Hey, hey! Oh, haven't looked at the window yet. This window afforded me the thrilling view of the deli across the street. It wasn't the kind that opened. Okay, yeah, it doesn't really look like. Let's see what we got out here. This cabinet was converted into a makeshift Torah ark after the last one was stolen in 1996. Someone stole it? Who would steal a Torah ark? I don't know what it is, but obviously it's something of religious significance, so why? That's terrible. Cantor's lectern. The Cantor's lectern contained his prayer book and song notations. Ooh, got a crack in the wall over here. It's not looking good. Does it take us to another room or all the way out? Oh, hey. Manhattan Isle. So. There's nowhere else we can go yet. Back inside. We gotta figure out this computer. No clues. Okay. Oh. rstone@ravnetnewyork.com. Well, there we go. So. And password. Help me out. Your password clue is busybody. Oh, what was busybody? I'm gonna have to look it up again. Yenta. Hello, Rabbi Russell Stone. Please choose an option below. Oh, well, let's hit a joke. Moshe was talking to the psychiatrist. Moshe? I had a weird dream recently, he said. I saw my mother, but then I noticed she had your face. I found this so worrying that I immediately awoke and couldn't get back to sleep. I just stayed there thinking about it till 7 a.m. I got up, made myself a slice of toast and some coffee, and came straight here. Can you please help me explain the meaning of my dream? The psychiatrist kept silent for some time, then said, 1 slice of toast and coffee? You call that a breakfast? Alright. Let's take a look at our mail. Ooh, we got all kinds of mail. So, from admin, welcome to RevNet. Mazel tov, welcome to RevNet New York, the newest way to bring Jews together as a community. Our features are small but growing. Here's a list of what we currently offer. The mail feature allows you to send and receive email. The search feature allows you to search our data archive of Jewish news, events, and members. That's how we're going to find Jack Lauder. Everyone needs a laugh. Check out our jokes feature for the best in Jewish jokes. On behalf of myself and the entire RevNet team, thank you for joining and making our community stronger. Alright, what do we have from Jay Kaplan? Hello, Rabbi Stone. I set up your account for you. Hopefully it'll work out okay for you. You can change the password if you want. Most people choose things like their mother's or their wife's maiden name, but I thought this was appropriate. Haha. Thank you, Cancer Josh. Al Schwartz. Dear Rabbi Stone, I've been a loyal member of B'nai Ben Zion for many years, but I can't bring myself to listen to your dark and gloomy sermons any longer. Times are tough enough for us Jews without you rubbing salt in the wound. Goodbye, Lisa Schwartz. Aww. From, Dave at Wadjet Eye Games. Great games. For the best in games and entertainment, visit wadjeteyegames.com. Alright, Jay Brooks. Rabbi Stone, I'm sorry, but my family and I can't attend your services any longer. Your last few sermons have upset the children so much that it took several hours to calm them down. What happened to you? Jeremy Brooks. Wow. That's sad stuff. Tomo. For your network protection needs, contact Tomo. Always Tomo. Alright, manager at electric.com. Final notice. Oof. Final notice. Due to continuing non-payment, your electrical service will be terminated if the overdue balance of $525.67 is not met by April 21st. Contact our office if you have any questions. From Sapple at vaco.net. Disappointed. Rabbi Stone, I have tried to have faith in you, but it's obvious that you are becoming increasingly more unbalanced. You call yourself a Jew? Our people need leaders. Regretfully, Sarah Applebaum. What did we do to upset Sarah Applebaum? From Don at Bank of New York. To Russell Stone, this is to inform you that your account is currently $1,893.43 into its overdraft. Ouch. As you are aware, your account only has $1,000 of overdraft protection. Please submit the difference of $893.43 to us within 7 days so as not to damage your credit rating. Wow, what a bunch of depressing email. Let's look for Jack Lauder. Contact information and Garment District murder. Well, I want to look at both of them. We'll start with this. Jack Lauder, 100 Jane Street, apartment 4E. Excellent. Jack Lauder of Beth Tikva was found dead last night in his Midtown office, victim of an apparent assault by person or persons unknown. We at RavNet express our sympathies to Jack's friends and family. Another joke. Martin Lewis converts and becomes a priest. He gives his first mass in front of a number of high-ranking priests who came for the occasion. At the end of the new priest's sermon, a cardinal goes up to congratulate him. Pastor Lewis, he said, that was very well done. You were just perfect. But next time, please don't start your sermon with fellow goyim. And I know what that means because of our handy little book. Alright. So then, if we head out to our map now, is it going to be a location? It seems like it would be. Excellent. There we go, to the Lauder residence. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and wind the episode down here. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this. Come back and next time we'll head over for the Shivah. Hopefully get some information here. I'm loving this already. Obviously there's a lot of intrigue going on. There's some kind of dark and stormy history between these two. And man, here we are coming in. A man just died. Obviously our rabbi's quite upset about it, but not in the normal, like, oh, someone has died sort of way. More like, he left me money, why would he do that, that jerk? And so we're gonna try and be sneaky and come in under the guise of doing rabbinical duties to scout out the situation and see what's going on. Very intriguing.